Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Lights here in Wisconsin Rapids. At Southwood County Stadium, tonight's contest features the Hornets from Rosholt and our very own Royals of Assumption. Folks, my name is Jacob Spurl here on Zelensky Sports. We've got a matchup of eight-man football here in central Wisconsin. As I mentioned, the Assumption Royals, who have had a famous ground game that they've built up for the last 15 years or so. Head coach Jeff Sullivan says they're going to continue that into this game. Meanwhile, Rosholt looking to build off of their success towards the end of last season. It's going to be a big game here for both of these schools. Obviously, first week, week one. Excited to see it here. Today's pregame show sponsor is Next Step Prosthetics. Providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
evening, and welcome to Southwood County Stadium. Tonight's contest features the Hornets from Rosholt and our very own Royals of Assumption. Please stand for the prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Thank you for the opportunity to compete and bring out the best in each other. Please keep everyone safe from injury, harm, and disrespect. For our athletes, coaches, fans, and officials, give each of us the charity, humility, and courage to play, coach, cheer, and referee in a manner which is pleasing you, giving our absolute best for your glory and honor. Saint Michael the Archangel, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. A message from North Central Conference East. High school athletics are eventful. As members of the North Central Conference East, please remember that players, coaches, and officials try to do their best. Let's respect their efforts. Thank you. Please remain standing and join in the singing of our national anthem, sung by senior Callie Shenick.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now for the starting lineups for this evening's contest are, for the Hornets, number 10, Dimitri Hilgers. Number 58, Colton Kunst. Number 33, Nolan Betker. Number 44, Mason Lockery. Number 45, Bryce Wersbach. Number 11, Caleb Delete. Number 72, Anthony Farkas. And number 6, Ben Nellising. With head coach, Mr. Luke Hilgers. And now for the Assumption Royals. Number 2, Parker Greenlick. Number 3, Braxton Steiner. Number 6, Trey France. Number 7, Wiley Cornwell. Number 33, Camden Martin. Number 65, Brennan Moorbacher. Number 75, Ben Dean. And number 76, Lucas Lausen. The head coach of the Royals is Mr. Jeff Sullivan. Welcome back into the live coverage of tonight's game here on Zaleski Sports. Week 1 of regular season football, Friday Night Lights for high school here at Southwood County Stadium. Tonight it's the Rosholt Hornets taking on the Royals of Assumption here at Lincoln High School in Wisconsin Rapids. Both teams prepare to kick off. Just over on the PA side of things, but I'll repeat the lineups for today. An 8-man, traditionally you start up with the defense of the away team and the offense of the home team, as both teams prepare for opening kickoff. On the Rosholt defensive side, there's Dimitri Hilgers, Colton Kunst, Nolan Betker, Mason Lockery, Bryce Wersba, Caleb Delete, Anthony Furcus, and Ben Nellison. Head coach of Rosholt is Luke Hilgers as well. His son, the senior, Dimitri, is starting in tonight's game. We'll get to the offense in a moment, but first, we have opening kickoff. The kick is away. First landing inside the 15 and rolling into the end zone for a touchback. And since Assumption kicked it off, it'll actually be Rosholt, the Hornets, starting off on offense today. Now, I spoke actually with Jeff Sullivan, the head coach of the Assumption Royals, earlier this week, and one of the main things he told me is even though they've made now the transition to 8-man football, they're still going to rely on their ground attack, their running game. As he said it quite perfectly, has been the most potent part of their offense for the last 10 to 15 years, and I couldn't agree more. First play is going to be an outside run, and brought down near the 30, past the 25. Solid gain there for the Hornets. So mark it a few yards shy of the down marker. Second and short, they're going to run this out of the pistol. Here's a swing to the outside. Pass caught behind him and brought down. Still going to be a first down. It was Martin on the tackle. Becker made the catch for the first down for Rosholt. They're going to spot the ball here on the 32-yard line. Two backs in the backfield here. Inside run, trying to find something, but wrestled down in the backfield. Parker Ruink, the junior, making that tackle. Nothing to get there on that gain.
Mason Lockery. No gain on that play.
Mason Lockery, the back.
Second down.
So it'll be second and long after getting their first down of the game. Lockery in the backfield once again. Second down, first pass attempt of the game. It is caught and down to the 40. Short of the first down, but still a positive gain for the Hornets. Ben Nellison being targeted early here, the sophomore. So it'll be third down once again. Two backs in the backfield. It's a keeper from the quarterback trying to find another angle. He gets it and shoved out of bounds after getting the first down. It's Dylan Delete.
Dylan with the carry. First down.
The senior gets his first carry of the game. It keeps the drive going as the Hornets approach midfield. The ball is spotted at the 45-yard line. It's not a tempo offense, as you can see, as they meet in the huddle after every play. So not necessarily trying to run down their opponent in terms of exhaustion, but they've shown a variety in their playbook so far. 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's a handoff. Cutting back and breaking the tackle. Another first down into Assumption territory. On the carry, it was Nolan Betker, the junior. They spot the ball at the opposing 44-yard line. Already some early notes for the Rosholt Hornets, They've done an outside run, quarterback keep, inside run, swing pass, downfield pass. Extensive playbook here. 2nd and 4. Another handoff. Solid gain. And, of course, it was Nolan Betker, who seems to be one of the lead weapons. It's between him and Nellison. As there will be the first sub here for Assumption. They're going to take out the big man, number 75, Ben Dean, who's a freshman. Freshman who is 6'4" and 360 pounds. Played on the interior defensive line there. You'll definitely see him later on some short run scenarios. Here's a pitch to the outside and a first down run, and there's Nellison again. It's the mixture of Nellison and Betker. Dylan Delete, the starting quarterback tonight for Rosholt, seems very poised. Does not look erratic in his decision-making. But as you know, in every stage of the game of football, high school, the collegiate level, even in the pros, there is something called the opening script, where the head coaches plan the first 20 plays or so. So this is essentially what they've been practicing all week through walkthroughs and live reps in practice. And now it's out here on the field on Friday Night Lights. 1st and 10. Here's a pitch to the outside, but met up by Reed Sauter, the sophomore for Assumption, after the short gain there. And it was another carry there. That time it was actually Mason Lockery, number 44. So it's the third back that has been involved for this Rosholt offense. It's either been Nolan Betker, Mason Lockery, or Ben Nellison. Nellison has also been used as a wideout. But just like in the pros or even in college, you can have receiving backs. On the rollout, trying to find something. He'll try to run it, diving ahead for only a couple-yard gain. But Delete could not find enough. And now it'll be 3rd and long.
Delete with a carry. Wiley Cornwell in on that tackle.
In on that tackle is Wiley Cornwell, who seems to be the defensive captain for this Assumption Royals squad. After speaking with Assumption's head coach, Jeff Sullivan, earlier this week, he said they were loving a lot of his leadership as well as his defensive play. Transferred over from the previous team and was already a star in this Assumption squad. They expect big things out of him this year. 3rd and 8. It was a loss of 1. Lined up in the pistol formation. Delete on the play action, setting up to pass. Downfield and incomplete. Not enough separation for Dimitri Hilger. Caleb Delete. One of the two Deletes. It was Dylan to Caleb. Couldn't find his connection there, but it was heavy pressure on the quarterback and great coverage on the intended receiver. So overall, well read out by this Assumption defense, but it looks like Rosholt's going to go for it on 4th down. Deleting the pistol formation. Here's a play action. Delete looking for someone to throw, directing traffic. Pressure in his face as he throws, and it is dropped. Trying to hit Caleb again, but he couldn't haul it in. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Overall, a great start to the opening drive for the Hornets, but they couldn't finish there when it was inside the opposing 40. It's now taken over on the football. It's the Assumption Royals for the first time today. Let's get their offensive lineup. Number 2 is Parker Ruink. Number 3 is Braxton Steinert. Number 6 is Trey France. Number 7, Wiley Cornwell. Number 33, Camden Martin. Number 65, Brennan Moorbacher. Number 75, Ben Dean. And finally, number 76, Lucas Lausen. They're going to start this drive from the 30.5-yard line. Under center, inside run. Little grab of the helmet, but staying on his feet, was the back. And that was Cornwell. We mentioned does a lot defensively for this team. You can see on the camera there, he's got that true middle linebacker pads, those old school pads. Kind of makes an arch behind the helmet. Also in the 4-point stance, that is something that the Assumption running backs have done before. Here's Cornwell again. No, it was a fake and a keeper, actually, by the quarterback. That was Steiner. Good fake there. It even got me. So it's back-to-back run plays that result in a first down for the Royals. Cornwell and Steinert had the ball. You see Rosholt offensively, they had a variety of passing mixtures. Both plays so far from Assumption, it's been downhill. Here's a pitch, outside run, and brought down after another first down run. That time it was Camden Martin. So the first 3 plays on the opening drive for Assumption are to 3 different offensive skill players. It was Cornwell, then Steinert, and now Camden Martin had the ball. They're doing a quick huddle, semi-tempo offense here. Taking a little less time in between the snaps than Rosholt did on their opening drive. Out of the I formation, it's another handoff to Martin. Taking it down to the opposing 35.
Camden Martin. Pick up about 7 on the play. Second down.
You know, I mentioned this in the pregame. It's going to be hard to imagine that Assumption tries to go for a lot of passes. Like I mentioned, Jeff Sullivan, Assumption head coach, spoke to me about how the bread and butter of this offense has been the run game for so long. Lined up in the backfield of the 4-point stance. It's Cornwell again. He gets the ball, this time for a minimal gain.
Wiley Cornwell picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Assuming they're going to get back into the huddle. So it'll be the first 3rd down on this drive for Assumption. Here's Martin into open space, breaking tackles inside the 10 and brought down, setting up 1st and goal. The biggest run of the day so far. Camden Martin with his third run. Positive gain of over 3 yards on each of his carries, 2 of which have gone for over 10. As they're going to make some substitutions in there. Steinert back out there to be the offensive general. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. Steinert under center. It's a keeper. Going to the outside, trying to get a block, but he cannot. It is a good gain, though, for Steinert as he's brought down inside the 5. Still have not attempted a pass yet, and I don't believe they will anytime soon. If it works, why would you change it? So this will be from the 5-yard line. Steinert under center. They're going to be in the I formation once again. It's a handoff to Martin, who is in the end zone for the touchdown. The Royals strike first. It's a Serve Pro touchdown. Call Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. Wiley Cornwell is lining up as the place kicker. So he's their commander, the middle linebacker, one of their top running back options. Now the kicker, and he misses the extra point. So he missed it wide to the left. Seemed to be an odd snap. So this remains to a 6-0 game.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Nakusa Port Edwards State Bank proudly supports our local athletes and their families. From business to personnel banking and everywhere in between, let Nakusa Port Edwards State Bank work for you. We come back after, I'll just give you a little game recap for those hopping in the live stream for now. Rosholt started off with the football, had a somewhat decent drive, went to opposing territory. They went for it on 4th down and couldn't get it. From there on out, it's been all assumption. Their entire opening drive was run plays, and Camden Martin scored the team's opening touchdown. Good way to start off the 2026 season, as Cornwell will kick it off. Bouncing and rolling inside the 20 and out of bounds. Penalty flag is thrown. So Rosholt prepares for their second drive of the game. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. We spoke about it before. The Hornets and the Royals have some similarities and differences on the offense. A lot of it is contrasting, as this penalty that was thrown there after the kickoff, it will go against the Royals. That is the first accepted penalty of the ball game, and it winds up in a good start of field position here for the for the Hornets. It's 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Here's Delete with the handoff, breaking to the outside, trying to cut back, but thrown down by Ruink. Solid carry, though, and effort from Lockery. So the starting quarterback for Rosholt, Dylan DeLeet, thrown a couple passes so far, only one incompletion. Sorry, technically two. His last two plays of their opening drive. One was just a miss from DeLeet to fellow DeLeet Caleb. And that last pass was again thrown to Caleb DeLeet, but that one was straight in his hands. Here it's 2nd and 8. Another inside run, but not much there. On the carry, it was Nolan Betker once more. And it's a 3rd and long scenario for the Hornets. So one of the biggest differences I've noticed so far between both offenses is while, yes, in between the snaps, both the Hornets and the Royals do go into the huddle, the difference is it is a quick tempo huddle. For the Royals, rather here for Rosholt, they're taking a little bit more time, but that's also because they have a bit more of a open playbook. Outside runs, screens, downfield passes here on 3rd down. Throw to the far side. It is incomplete. DeLeet could not hit his man, Betker. And it is 4th down once more for the Hornets. Their only other 4th down play. They went for it. Could not complete it there, so it was a turnover on downs. And it seems they'll be setting up for a punt. On 4th and 5, here's the snap. First punt of the game. Lands inside the 30, rolling and coming back. Farthest it got was to Assumption's 25-yard line. Seems they might mark it at the 26. So it was the first 3 and out of the game, this time forced by the Assumption Royals. So we're going to have a little time to transition here for another commercial.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
Welcome back, everybody. The Assumption Royals will be on the offensive side of the football for the 2nd time today. Their first drive, it was an opening drive, rushing touchdown from Camden Martin. Now this time they have the football once again with favorable starting field position, this time on their own 45-yard line. So they're only 5 yards away from midfield. It was actually a penalty on Assumption, so Rosholt has the football. Great broken tackle in the backfield, and here's a positive gain inside the 40, and that's a 1st down carry for the Hornets. On said carry, it was Nolan Betker. So I'm not sure what the communication was after that punt attempt. Why Rosholt still has the football. It's a 1st down nonetheless, and this is the farthest that the Hornets have gotten so far. They're at the Assumption 34-yard line as they break the huddle here. The final 25 seconds of the first quarter. The quarterback, DeLeet, readies with 2 backs in the backfield. Here's an inside run. Had a lead blocker for him and dragged down inside the 30. And that will be all from quarter number 1. Mason Lockery. With the 5-yard pickup there, as both teams will transition to the other side of the field. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Midstate Technical College.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at MedaCustom.com.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Folks, welcome back to the Rosholt Hornets and Assumption Royals matchup as we come back in the second quarter. Delete, going for his deepest pass of the game. It is broken up at the goal line. Trying to hit his man who he's targeted all drive throughout the run and pass. It's Nolan Betker with the incompletion. Great play there from Reed Sauter, the defensive back who broke up that pass from Delete. One of the top defensive highlights of this game so far. And now it is 3rd and long once again for Rosholt. Like I mentioned, the deepest pass attempt of the game for Dylan Delete. 30, about a 30-yard pass attempt. As now it is 3rd and 6. Lined up in the pistol formation. Delete takes the snap. Swings to the outside, nearly intercepted. Well read. And that was broken up by Brennan Moorbacher. The 5'10" freshman, the 6' junior. Plays offensive and defensive line, drop back into coverage on the field side and almost made a play at the ball to intercept it. But now it makes it 4th and 6, and it looks like Rosholt will attempt to try to convert their second 4th down of the game. It'll technically be their 3rd since they got the penalty off the punt earlier. 4th and 6. Delete. Blitz coming his way, rolling out to his right. Throwing down the field. It is overthrown and incomplete. Another 4th down stop from this Royals defense. It's the 2nd turnover on downs of the game. This Royals offense will take over and be on the field for only the 2nd time in this ball game. Their opening drive, they went down the field for about 74 yards, and Camden Martin was the one who scored the touchdown. For those wondering why the score is 6-0 and not 7, it was a missed extra point. 1st and 10. Steiner with a pitch to the near side. What a move. Breaking the tackle, past midfield, and stepping out of bounds. It was a great play from Camden Martin again. He scored that opening touchdown. And Braxton Steiner is going to feed him the football, because why not? Their top offensive playmaker of this game. Great option there from Steiner. Great throw, I should say, with pressure in his face. Now it is 1st and 10 for Assumption on the Royals' 39-yard line. Steinert under center. Here's the handoff. Inside the 35, falling down. It is Cornwell all over the field. He's the place kicker on special teams. He's the inside linebacker on defense. And he is the fullback on offense. Wiley Cornwell with the gain of 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Steinert under center. Handoff to Martin, who is spun ahead to, they say, about the 31-yard line. So Martin, after his carry, is 2 yards shy of the down marker. So what will Jeff Sullivan call here on 3rd and 2? Steinert gets the play call. A very quick huddle broken up. Steinert under center. Cornwell in the backfield in his 4-point stance. It's a keeper. Steinert gets the first down and more. Brought down into the red zone. The junior Braxton Steinert gets a rushing first down. The Rosholt defender was the last possible player that could have made that tackle. So still a good play from the Hornets. It was a touchdown save. Now it is 1st and 10. The Rosholt 18-yard line. They're going to run this out of the I formation. Steinert hands it off to Martin, powering ahead inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 12. One of the things I've noticed so far about Camden Martin is he's got quick feet and he's got a motor. One of the things you're looking for, especially in high school football, specifically in a lead back, is not the contact balance, not necessarily the speed or it's the agility. It's the motor. If he can keep those feet running through contact, that is truly what's important, and Camden Martin has showed that today. It's 2nd and 5 for the Royals. Steinert with a little keeper. Cuts back but is brought down. Great play there from the Rosholt defender. That was actually Nolan Betker. Offensive hybrid, back and receiver. They're making the tackle on defense as he's going to stay in there. 3rd and 6 now for the Royals. Both Cornwell and Martin in the backfield. It's a keep, now a pitch. Martin's got it, and he is brought down. Great tackle there. That was by Ben Nellison, the sophomore. Forces it to 4th down. So let's see if the Royals put a break on the drive or keep their foot on the gas. Doesn't look like they're going to try for a field goal either, since they are in field goal range. They're going to try to not only get a first down, but potentially get a touchdown here on 4th and 4. Braxton Steinert with the pitch to Martin. He gets to the 10. He gets the first down and the touchdown. Camden Martin with his 2nd rushing score of the day. Now 12-0 Royals, and it looks like they might go for a 2-point conversion. No, they're going to set up for a kick. Cornwell seemed like he was going to line up as the place kicker, but now he's in a squatting stance, which is usually how he preps before he runs the ball. So they are going to go for 2 here to make it a 14-0 game, or at least that will be the attempt. They'll run this out of the eye again. Huge pile in the middle, and they did not get it. The 2-point conversion is no good. This remains a 12-0 ball game. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
Step inside Wisconsin Rapids' newest indoor mini golf experience, Mini Rapids, where fun awaits all ages. Challenge your friends, bring the family, or plan the perfect date night, all on a one-of-a-kind course packed with twists, turns, and surprises. Rain or shine, it's putt time at Mini Rapids. Conveniently located just off 8th Street on Huntington Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Great vibes and good times are always on deck. No tee times required, and open daily from 11 to 8. Grab your crew and tee off today at Rapids Indoor Mini Golf.
Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling of Wisconsin Rapids places your comfort at home as their highest priority. Give them a call or find them online at rapidsheetmetal.com. Welcome back here, folks. Midway through the second quarter, the Assumption Royals and the Rosholt Hornets playing each other in week 1 of the regular season. The Royals have had a triumphant start with back-to-back rushing touchdowns on back-to-back drives, both from Camden Martin. This last rushing touchdown, they actually went for it on 4th down. They were well into field goal range, but they decided to keep their foot on the gas. They stayed aggressive, and it paid off. Wiley Cornwell will kick off for Assumption. Lined up to return it. It was Nolan Betker. As that ball rolled out of bounds, no players tried to return a kick just yet. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Rosholt Hornets. They'll start from their own 20-yard line. Bit of a ways to go. So far, they've had a somewhat mixed offensive attack. Dylan DeLeet is their starting quarterback. Like I mentioned earlier, they've had a mixture of different plays when Assumption's kept it somewhat simple. The biggest difference is Assumption's only gone on the ground. Rosholt has been through the air on the ground. This time it's a run for only a few yards. Not much there for Mason Lockery.
Mason Lockery with a carry for 5 yards. 2nd down.
They'll give him 5. With under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. The biggest thing that the Hornets can ask for here down the stretch is just for some momentum. If they can have a big chunk play, an explosive play, that's maybe all they need right now. 2nd and 5. Little hand up is disrupted by Assumption. Great defensive play there.
Dylan DeLeet keeps the ball. Reach out with a tackle.
That was Odin France with the tackle.
3rd down.
It was a keeper for DeLeet, but it was a big pile and couldn't get anything there. Actually lost a yard. So now it's 3rd and 6. The inside run game has worked sparsely for Rosholt. They've tried a couple of swing plays. Those have been all right. The downfield shots has just been a little difficult for DeLeet to connect with his men. Here it's 3rd and 6, and here's a swing pass. Nice block there on the outside, breaking tackles and spinning ahead. Great play there from Nolan Betker to get the first down. And this variety has kept Rosholt afloat so far. They're having trouble running in between the tackles, but why do that when you can just have a swing behind the line of scrimmage? That was a great lead block out there. I believe it was from Mason Lockery. And that is what kept Betker alive and got him some momentum on his feet. Here's a pitch. And nothing there. A swarm of blue on that tackle in the backfield. It was a carry for Mason Lockery, but he lost yards. The second negative play on this drive for Rosholt. It is now 2nd and 12. A loss of 2. They've attempted 3 downfield shots. Delete 2 on the first drive to Caleb Delete. And only 1 on the previous drive. 2nd down from their own 30-yard line. Here's a keeper. Delete on the throw. It's picked off at the 30. Intercepted at the 40 by Assumption. The Royals take over on Rosholt's side of the field. No downfield throws have worked so far for the Hornets. And something to note here. They'll take the ball from where the pass was intercepted. So he might have stepped out right after the pick. It's 1st and 10 from the Rosholt 40. Steiner to pass, the first pass attempt of the game for the Royals. Trying to get a sack, he throws it away. Rosholt couldn't bring him down, pressure coming there from Bryce Wersba. Trying to wrap up Steiner. Had him by the lower part of the body. Spinning around somehow. That was extremely impressive. The 5'7" Braxton Steiner was able to get rid of that football. So, no, it wasn't necessarily a positive play, but it wasn't a negative play. And sometimes that's all you can ask for. 2nd and 10 for the Royals. Once again, that was the first pass attempt of the game for Assumption. They're going back to the inside run. Here's Cornwell getting a block and cutting back. Breaking tackles and down inside the 25. Wiley Cornwell with his biggest run of the game. Camden Martin was getting all those big chunk running plays. But now they show some dynamics there. 1st and 10 of the Rosholt 21-yard line. Cornwell in the backfield once again. It's an inside run to Cornwell again. And he is marked down at the 15. Gain of 6 on the carry. I'm sure the fans would like to see some downfield shots, but the only attempt at that downfield shot was an incompletion, avoiding a sack. All big chunk plays have been through the run game. Now in the I formation here on 2nd and 4. Steiner on the rollout, and he gets blasted. Oh my goodness, not even a chance to throw it. Immediately brought down by Dimitri Hilgers.
Braxton keeps the ball and loses a few. 3rd down
Also in there, I believe, was Anthony Furcus. That is the first sack of the game. And you see why now Assumption hasn't really tried to pass much outside of this drive, or at all outside of this drive. Immediate pressure to Steinert. Just barely got it away. That first attempt this time had no chance and was sacked. It's 3rd and 7 now. Here's a pitch. Martin with great patience. Not enough for the first down, though. Decent gain there from Camden Martin, who scored the team's first 2 touchdowns. It'll be 4th and short. Will Jeff Sullivan stay aggressive? The last time they went for a 4th down play inside the red zone, they ended up scoring a touchdown on an outside run to Camden Martin. Cornwell's in the backfield here on 4th and 5. They motion Martin, maybe trying to get him on a hard count, but now they call a timeout. No movement from that Rosholt defensive front. That is the first timeout of the ball game, with the clock stopping at 1:59.
All the fall sports for Assumption have kicked into gear. Amazingly fast cross-country team. The super spiking volleyball team.
You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
Williams Plumbing and Heating is locally owned and operated right here in Wisconsin Rapids. For all of your plumbing and heating needs, why look anywhere else? Call Williams Plumbing and Heating or find them online at williamsplumbingwr.com. We're back here from the timeout. Assumption will go for it here on 4th and 5. Cornwell in the backfield. Steinert hands it off to Cornwell. It's a first down, and it's a touchdown! Wiley Cornwell for 6.
Wiley Cornwell with a touchdown for the Royals.
Back-to-back 4th down conversions on drives that result in a touchdown. Cornwell is the second Royal to enter the end zone today. And the reason why it's 18-0 and why it's not 20-0, that first opening touchdown, they couldn't get the extra point. They tried going for 2 on the last one. They couldn't get it. They're going to go for 2 again. Martin reaching, and they will not get it.
The point after attempt is no good.
All 3 point after attempts are no good, which is the only negative amongst many positives for Assumption here in this first half. They have run the football so dominantly, and like I said at the top of the show, Jeff Sullivan ahead of time talked about how crucial and how potent this offensive run attack has been for the last decade plus, and that continues here today into 2026. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Solaris is your hometown fiber internet provider. Just like our athletes bring their best to the court, we bring our best to your home. With lighting, fast, reliable fiber internet that never quits. Stream, game, and connect without missing a beat. Get connected, stay connected at Solaris.net. With about a minute and 52 seconds here in the first half, it has been all Assumption Royals. With a positive, though, on the Rosholt side of things, they have been great so far in the defense against the pass. Wiley Cornwell kicks it away. Bouncing the first return of the game, and it's a slip and fall from Nolan Betker. He has been awesome today. First return and little slip, probably getting some of those first returning nerves out. They're going to start this drive, the Hornets that is, from their own 29-yard line. They've been having some issues running in between the tackles. Where they found some success is passing you behind the line of scrimmage, not too much down the field. This defensive front from Assumption has shown some great promise here. 1st and 10. Here's a little end around. Nice stiff arm there from Betker, spinning ahead to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6. Nolan Betker had that mean stiff arm. And spinning ahead, that was some great contact balance to keep that play alive. Something you want out of your lead running back. Breaking the huddle here. It's now 2nd and 4. The reason why the clock stopped is because Betker was forced out of bounds. Here's Delete with the handoff. Up the middle. And a short gain again. That time it was Mason Lockery, the other one of the 2 lead backs for this Hornets squad. They'll give him a gain of about 2.5 yards, so it'll be 3rd and a long 1. They're lined up in the pistol formation. Couldn't get him to jump on the hard count. And they're going to call a timeout. Great discipline there from that Assumption defensive line. Back when I played high school football, they would call that holding your water. Savvy timeout there, and might have saw a look that Assumption didn't like, specifically head coach Luke Hilgers. So on this 3rd and short, they obviously are trying to score some points before the half concludes. They found some of the most success in the inside run on this drive, but it was only for a gain of about 3 yards. The question is, what play concept do they choose to do here on 3rd down as the timeout comes to an end? Let's see what Luke Hilgers has planned for this Hornet squad. Here in the final 54 seconds of this first half. 2 backs in the backfield. Delete. Keeps. Pitch is dropped. That's a fumble. Recovered by Assumption. Here's the return. Brought down by Delete inside the 10. Taken back by Odin France. On the fumble recovery, there was not really a Royal there to force the fumble. There was some pressure. It might have been more of a botched pitch there. Again, some of those game one nerves. The Royals taking over, or I should say taking advantage of that. And now they're going to start this drive. First and goal from the 8. Steinert under center. Keeps it to the near side. He scores a touchdown. 3 different Royals have entered the end zone today. Camden Martin had the first 2. WIAA Cornwell had the last one. And now Braxton Steinert gets his team on the board. The question is, will they go for their third consecutive 2-point attempt, or will they settle for an extra point? They're going to go for their third consecutive 2-point attempt. Up 24-0. Here's a run to Cornwell. This time it pays off. 26-0 is your score. With 40 seconds left here in the first half, you're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Mid-State Technical College.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Let Carrie Van Aert with State Farm be your go-to for all your insurance needs. Carrie and her staff are always there to help you understand your options and come away with the right coverage for you. That's Carrie Van Aert with State Farm in Wisconsin Rapids. Shouldn't financial advice focus on you, your goals, your dreams? Your Modern Woodmen of America representative can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. Call Scott Patrick at 715-424-1873 to start the conversation. Here's the kickoff taken from inside the 30. Good job staying up there by Trey Fran. Oh, sorry. That was actually by Ben Nellison, who's been in on some receiving and running plays for the Rosholt offense. There he returns the ball. The reason why Rosholt is in this 26-0 hole is because on this last drive, trying to get something on 3rd and short, it was a botched pitch that ended up becoming a fumble recovery for the Royals. That drive led to a one-play touchdown. One-play drive for a touchdown. With only 34 seconds left, Rosholt will try to do something here. Delete for the deep pass, incomplete. Could not find his man, Nolan Betker. Delete was throwing that into double coverage. One of the defenders there was Camden Martin, who has scored 2 touchdowns today on the offensive side of the ball. He is their deep safety on the defensive side of the ball. Also in coverage there was Reed Sauter. He was the one who was close up on Betker. So that incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped at 29 seconds left here in half number 1. Delete. Hands it off up the middle. Here's Betker. Down to the 45. Clock running under 20 seconds here. They're not going to call a timeout. They're in the huddle, though. Clock now hitting 10 seconds and running. Might be the final play here of the half. They're in the pistol formation. Motioning Betker, the ball is loose. Another botch exchange. Delete lands on it. And that brings us to halftime. They were checking to see if the clock expired or not. And it looks like they rule it didn't. Still a conversation, but both teams are heading to the locker room, or really to the end zone. Score right now for the first half: Royals 26, Rosholt 0. Shouldn't financial advice focus on you, your goals, and your dreams? Your Modern Woodmen of America representative can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. Call Scott Paterick at 715-424-1873 to start the conversation. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Midstate Technical College.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile. Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back, folks. My name is Jacob Spurl here for Zaleski Sports. For today's game, so far, we have reached halftime between the Rosholt Hornets and the Assumption Royals. The Royals up 26-0 over the Hornets. And I have a couple of notes so far from today's game we're going to do with a quick recap. How are these 4 touchdowns scored by Assumption? It starts off with the team's first 2 drives, specifically that opening drive touchdown from Camden Martin. They went over 70 yards down the field. And then touchdown number 2, that second drive, it was actually 4th down in the red zone for Assumption. Instead of settling with a field goal, they went for it. It was an outside run from Camden Martin to score his second touchdown of the game. Here's a little hint. He's my player of the game so far. He's the reason that got the momentum going on Assumption's side. He had the biggest chunk play in that opening drive. that brought him down the field and into Rosholt territory, who ended up scoring that touchdown. However, an honorable mention has to go to number 7 for Assumption, Wiley Cornwell. All over the field, the team's place kicker for kickoffs and field goals and extra points. Middle linebacker on defense and fullback on offense. With his time on the offense, he actually scored his first touchdown of the season, touchdown number 3 on the day for Assumption. Funny enough, that was also on a 4th down conversion attempt. So I guess the summary from that is, if you're the Royals, always go for it on 4th down, because you might end up getting into the end zone. And scoring that final touchdown there, it was actually Assumption's quarterback, Braxton Steinert, on the carry, starting off that play from under center. He's the reason why Assumption scored that final touchdown in the final minute of the first half. On the Rosholt side of things, biggest positive and takeaway for this first half recap is their pressure rate against the run. Assumption only attempted 2 passes all of their first half. Pass number 1, it was an almost sack that Steinert, the quarterback, threw away and out of bounds at the last final second. That second pass attempt, it was a rollout from Steinert, who was sacked by 2 separate Hornets. So there's no doubt that they bring the pressure, they bring the pass rush. They are just struggling right now to stop the inside run on the outside as well, because that's really been the bread and butter and essentially the only way that Assumption has run this offense so far, but there's been no reason to change it due to their success. On now at Sherrill Tire and Auto Services, starting as low as $49 on Starfire tires, plus price match guarantee on all the brands. When it comes to tires, look no further than Sherrill Tire and Auto Services in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Weston. For all of your orthopedic needs, place your trust in Wisconsin River Orthopedics. Learn more at WROinstitute.com. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives, one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Here's the score so far, 26-0. The Assumption Royals, dominant first half, came all on the ground, all 4 rushing touchdowns. 2 from Camden Martin, 1 from Wiley Cornwell. The final from the quarterback Braxton Steinert. Rosholt here in half number 2, hoping to get their first points, not only of today's game, but of the season. Here on Zaleski Sports, we are covering 13 games right now for Friday Night Lights here in the state of Wisconsin. Week 1, games in central Wisconsin, Eau Claire area, northwest side of the state. All around, so check it out here on Zaleski Sports on YouTube as we're in the final 4 minutes or so of the half. Assumption is set up to receive to start the second half. WIAA Funeral Home has been serving family after family in Nakusa and Wisconsin Rapids since 1957. Find the very best in personal service at WIAA Funeral Home or find them online at richafuneralhome.com. Econ Electric is your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider. Since 1970, people have turned to Econ Electric. That's Econ Electric in Wisconsin Rapids. Let's hear from today's Ridgetop Exteriors play of the game. Specifically, the player of the game, I'll give it to Camden Martin. His 2 opening rushing touchdowns is what started that forward momentum, especially that second rushing touchdown on a 4th down play. That was today's Ridgetop Exteriors player of the game, Camden Martin, for the Assumption Royals. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Mid-State Technical College.
This summer, the whole family is invited to Marshfield's home base for fun. Woodfield Inn & Suites, where great rooms come with great rates. Splash around in the indoor pool. Mom and Dad unwind in the hot tub. Let your kids take over the arcade. Book your family getaway at Woodfield Inn & Suites. The 2026 American Legion State Baseball Tournament is in Marshfield. Make Woodfield Inn & Suites your home base.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at MedaCustom.com.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting
paperwork pound cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Step inside Wisconsin Rapids' newest indoor mini golf experience, Mini Rapids, where fun awaits all ages. Challenge your friends, bring the family, or plan the perfect date night. All on a one-of-a-kind course packed with twists, turns, and surprises. Rain or shine, it's putt time at Mini Rapids. Conveniently located just off 8th Street on Huntington Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Great vibes and good times are always on deck. No tee times required, and open daily from 11 to 8. Grab your crew and tee off today at Rapids Indoor Mini Golf.
Welcome back, folks, to this Week 1 matchup of high school football between the Rosholt Hornets and the Assumption Royals here at Southwood County Stadium in Wisconsin Rapids. As we approach the conclusion of halftime, we enter the second half of play. The Royals are set up to receive after their triumphant start. 26-0 is the score. As I've mentioned numerous times on the broadcast, all 4 touchdowns have been on the ground today for the Royals. We expect that ground game to continue here. As I spoke with Jeff Sullivan, the Royals head coach, ahead of time. What is the number one thing that you expect to keep you successful during the season? That was my question. Jeff Sullivan went on to answer, keep it simple. The running game. What's kept them consistent in scoring their points through all their possessions so far? It's been the ground game, which they've had the first, the last 10 years, last 15 years. Now they enter 8-man football with that same mentality. And they keep it going today with 2 incredible backs that they've had so far. That's Camden Martin and Wiley Cornwell. As you still have a little bit of time set here before the second half. Key Savings Bank proudly brings you today's Econ Electric is your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider. Since 1970, people have turned to Econ Electric. That's Econ Electric in Wisconsin Rapids. You're watching Zaleski Sports presented by Midstate Technical College.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank, Real people, real conversations.
Second half action kicks off here between the Rosholt Hornets and the Assumption Royals. As that ball rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And seemingly that is where Assumption will take over to start half number 2, trying to build off of their dominant first half performance. Up 26-0 over the Hornets. Like I mentioned before, the Royals offensively have only attempted 2 passes all game. Those 2 results were an incompletion and a sack. Braxton Steinert was also the quarterback. Carried the ball for several positive gains, but he's mostly there as the field general, communicating the plays to his offensive line and his skill positions. But here we go. Steinert lines up under center, and he keeps it. Here's a pitch, a lateral mid-play. Camden Martin ends up with the football and gets the Royals the first down to start half number 2. And that is the most exciting play call we've seen here from Jeff Sullivan, as that might have been an RPO at first, but it seemingly was an intentional quarterback keep that turns into a lateral. And you can tell they've practiced that several times this week to have the poise to stay up mid-tackle and pitch that ball successfully to Martin. That was incredible. 1st and 10. Here's Martin again breaking a tackle. Past midfield, staying on his feet, trying to cut back. And brought down into Rosholt territory. Another impressive run from Camden Martin, building off of his first half success. Taking a look at Camden Martin, he is a junior listed on the roster as not only a running back, but also a defensive back. Since it is 8-man, they're going to play on both sides of the ball. 6'2", 175 pounds. Looks like a freak of nature out there. Opening minute of the quarter is through. Here's 1st and 10. Attempted pitch. The ball is out, and it is recovered by the Hornets. That spelled disaster from the start of the snap. Looks like the Royals were starting to get a little too tricky. That one paid off for the Hornets. It was another seemingly attempted lateral or pass in the backfield, but while tossing the football, Steinert was brought down, and they're going to say he lost contact or possession of the football. That's why it was ruled as a fumble. Rosholt able to land on it to get their first takeaway of today's ball game. They're also going to start off this drive with the best starting field position they've had all game. It's from midfield. Delete the quarterback, takes the snap. Here's a run. Still driving and now thrown down. Ball coming out of the end of the play. What a hit there from Martin. Not only a lead back, but that deep safety coming in there as one of their defensive leaders. Carry there was from Mason Lockery. Still a gain of 4 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 6. One receiver lined up on each side of the screen there. Here's an inside run, though. Met up with immediate contact, stumbles ahead for a couple yards, but not enough for Nolan Betker. It's been a mixture between Betker and Lockery. They're going to go here on 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Loudest we've heard so far from the crowd here in Rapids. It's an inside run. Great cutback. And almost turned something into nothing. Still a defensive stop from the Royals, but you've got to appreciate that effort from Mason Lockery. They'll give him a yard. The fact that it was even a positive gain is extraordinary because that defensive front snuffed that out quite well from Assumption. And you know, this isn't even a contemplation. They're going to go here on 4th and 1. They need to put points on the board to have a chance here in week 1. They're going to try it here. Delete in the pistol formation. Here's the motion man. And the ball is loose. It's another botched exchange. Either way, the Royals are going to get the football. Rosholt has struggled with that a couple times today. It's their rhythm. Their pre-snap motion is what they've struggled with. It's wound up in the ball being on the ground 3 times, 2 of which now have resulted in Assumption possession. And that's what happened here this 3rd time. The Royals will take over the football. It has been back-to-back turnovers to start half number 2. Been some exciting plays. A little bit of sloppy football, but what do you expect? It's week 1. 1st and 10, swing to the outside. Solid play there from Reed Sawyer, who gets his first catch of the season. So now it's going to be 2nd and 4. Gain of 6 on that pass, the 3rd pass attempt from the Royals today. Here's the pitch. Of course, it's Martin. Trying to get into open field, he will. Here's Martin, the 20, the 10. Touchdown Assumption. A 49-yard run from Camden Martin. His longest of the game, the longest by any player in today's game. Makes it now 32-0. That dominance performance from the first half from Assumption bleeds here into the second half. Camden Martin scores his 3rd rushing touchdown of the ballgame. And they're going to go for 2 once more. Inside run there. They got it. First 2 two-point attempts wound up unsuccessful. These last 2 now have gotten them 4 points in total. 34-0 is your current score. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Great start to the second half. Even though that first drive wound up in a fumble, Assumption makes up for it. Taking advantage off a 4th down botched exchange from Rosholt. Assumption takes over. And then Camden Martin scores his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. There was a 49-yard rushing touchdown. I don't think it's any spoiler to say that he'll be my player of the game. Wiley Cornwell set up to kick off. Rosholt has returned the ball twice on kickoffs. That one's the highest kick of the day. They'll return a 3rd. Gets past the 25 and just across the 30. Solid return there from Nolan Betker, his best of the day. Not their best starting field position, though. That was on the previous drive where they were able to start from the 50. Can't really ask for much of better starting field possession, except earlier if you were Assumption, you could, because they actually started their last drive of the first half in the red zone. Don't see that too often. That really only comes off of capitalizing off the opposing offense's mistakes, which is exactly what happened. The Hornets will start their drive from their own 30-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Delete. Gives it to the inside man. The ball comes out. And Assumption has it. So usually these fumbles, the first two that have happened in this game for Rosholt, they came off of pre-snap motion. That one was just a simple inside handoff. Winds up in the 3rd fumble of the game that results in a turnover. Technically Rosholt's 4th of the game. And I just mentioned how Assumption at the end of the first half starts off with great field position. They're going to here. Starting at the opposing 28-yard line. Steiner attempting a pass. There's that immediate pressure. Gets away, throws. It's caught! Are you kidding me? Finding a completion down to the 5. Some magic spewed there from Braxton Steiner. How in the world does he even find an open man? Usually that's an errant pass, but there was a flag thrown there on the play. They might say it was illegal contact to the quarterback. Let's see. The head official seemingly had the call, but has to come back to confirm it. It's against Assumption. Looks to be an illegal chop block. So they're going to replay the down. What was the most exciting passing play of the game for Assumption is actually going to get called back. So it'll count in our hearts and minds, but it won't count in the box score. That can't be right. Just heard intentional grounding. It looked like an illegal chop block call, which makes sense. Because grounding couldn't have happened if he found an open man unless that receiver came from out of bounds, was untouched, and entered back inbounds to make a play at the football. It was also a roughing of the passer penalty, which is what I predicted before we got the call. As Steiner was slammed, and if it was head-to-head contact, specifically helmet-to-helmet contact, that is unacceptable at any level of the game. So it was offsetting. That's why it's a replay of the down. Here's a pitch and run here, breaking a tackle, leaping over a man. That's a touchdown! Assumption with the 40-burger. That looked to be Kalen Ott. Tough angle from here. But they're going to go for another two-point conversion. First two didn't work. The last two did. What are your predictions here, folks? Here's the snap. Inside run to Cornwell. Easily in the end zone. Not for a touchdown, but for a successful two-point try. 42-0 is the score. Both touchdowns from the Royals this half have come from turnovers, taking advantage in the turnover differential. Folks, you're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointments, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling of Wisconsin Rapids places your comfort at home as their highest priority. Give them a call or find them online at rapidsheetmetal.com. Well, still with 7 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter of this ball game.
Thanks, everyone.
Assumption is up by numerous possessions over Rosholt. The Hornets are still looking to score their first points of the season on this drive. Solid return there from number 11 of the Hornets. That was Caleb Delete, one of the other two deletes. Plays typically as a wide receiver on the offensive side of the ball, so it makes sense why his hands were being utilized there on the kick return. Speaking of Delete, he was targeted on Rosholt's opening drive of the game. It was actually the final 2 plays of that opening drive. That third down play, Dylan Delete could not find him. But that fourth down play, it was an issue with connecting. He's hoping to get his first catch of the season. 1st and 10. Inside run. Cutting to the outside. Met up immediately. No gain. A stifling run defense from the Royals. That was Mason Lockery on the carry for the Hornets. And I've been impressed with his movement skills in the run and changing directions. You saw it against there. It was obviously an inside run play, but him cutting to the outside, that was his off-script duty. And even with that, he lost a yard, which is to no fault of his own. This is just great defensive measures taken by Assumption. Here's a play action to lead on the rollout. Could not hit his man. It is an incompletion. Nolan Betker, the intended target. Pass was a little behind him, but also good defensive coverage there on Betker. So after a loss of 1 yard and an incompletion, we have now arrived to 3rd and 11. The Hornets struggling to just get some positive yards. You want them to at least get inside the opposing 40 to show some promise, because week 1, if you lose, it's not the end of the world. Here's another pass. Delete with pressure in his face. Having a roll to the left. He's going to run. He's going to get that first down and steps out just past midfield. They said he stepped out of bounds before he reached the 50, but Delete gets the exact yardage they needed to convert and push the sticks. That was the best I've personally seen from Dylan Delete so far. Off-script play. 2 Royals defenders in his face, screaming from the middle, which is the hardest spot to bring pressure, but the Royals have done it consistently today, and that is the most disruptive a quarterback can be. If it's from the outside, it sucks, but he could step up to his inside of the pocket. But he didn't even have the chance to do that there. Great off-the-script play to get the first down. And that is a keeper. Delete had nowhere to go and fights just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Royals were ready for the fake. The running back with the fake, they tackled him and they tackled Delete as well, the one who actually was possessing the ball. They actually marked him back for a yard. Seemingly Delete got back to the line of scrimmage. That they may dispute that his knees were down a yard shy before that. So here it's 2nd and 11. With 2 backs in the backfield. Delete tosses the pitch. Another stiff arm, trying to find some room, spinning ahead. What an effort from Betker. He's done that a couple of times today. Had nothing is going his way at the line of scrimmage, which should be the start of your acceleration path. Didn't need it there, though, as he broke a tackle, spun out of another, and lunged ahead for a solid gain now. So it was 2nd and 11. Now it's 3rd and 4. They're going to have both their backs in the backfield again. Betker and Lockery. It's going to be an inside give to Betker, who gets the first down inside the 40. And I said it earlier on the drive. You want to show some promise driving the football, get inside the opposing 40-yard line, which is what they did. You obviously want the goal of every game to be the win. And some coaches will disagree with this, but there are the smaller wins, which is showing promise and potential for the future, which I believe Rosholt has done a better job of in the second half. So now it'll be 1st and 10 at the Assumption 39-yard line for the Hornets. Motion. That's not work. Delete going to throw. Broken up. Snuffed out and read well by Jason Vruink. That was actually a pretty well-designed play. Those pre-snap motions have not worked very well today for the Hornets. That one, they got it off right. They faked the run well. Seemingly Assumption bit it, but that is just excellent coverage. Couldn't really ask for much better than that. Part of the reason why Assumption has had this great pressure is from Ben Dean and Lucas Lausen up in the defensive front. Big bodies. Getting low and being physical. 2nd and 10, here's an outside run. Really nice pickup there from Betker, who's been the workhorse of this drive, but there is a flag thrown at the end of the play. It's a face mask on the offense. You don't see that often, but couldn't tell who was the penalty it was specifically on. It might have been against Betker, which, again, you don't see that often. You see a lot of stiff arms, which usually come to the helmet. That is legal. That is okay. It's when they grab onto the face mask and pull. That is where, in the game of football, it is deemed illegal. So that might have happened there on Betker. It could have happened on a blocker. We're not sure. But I guess a timeout. No, it is actually the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And they're going to reiterate the penalty. They'll replay the down. It was an offensive face mask. So we're going to get our final break in between the quarters before we enter quarter number 4. You're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back, folks. Here on Zaleski Sports, I'm Jacob Spurl. Calling this Week 1 Friday Night Lights game between the Rosholt Hornets and the Assumption Royals as we enter the fourth quarter. Rosholt has been stacking up on one of their most successful drives of the game. Here it's going to be called back 2nd and 10. It was a nice gain there from Betker, but it was an offensive face mask because here's a pitch to Lockery, lowering the shoulder. He actually had a really long way to go. It was a 20-yard penalty. So it brought him back onto their own side of the field. But after that pitch to Mason Lockery, they'll get them almost back to their position. It'll be 3rd and 12, which honestly I thought it would be 2nd and 12 because that penalty which backed him up shouldn't have made him lose a down. 3rd down is what it says in the field, though. Bot snap. Ball is loose. Luckily, Delete lands back on top of it. And that's some of those Week 1 nerves that are coming back. They say it's 4th down on the field and a loss of yardage. It'll be 4th and 15 as it's not like Rosholt should punt it away. There's no point in staying conservative. When you're down by this much, it matters showing that you can score. Rosholt believes they can. It's just been the mistakes. So the other team, Assumption, has played very well. They've played to their strengths. But there's time throughout a season to eliminate those mistakes. Here on 4th down, Delete with some time to pass. Now he throws. It's caught. Betker on the catch. He is not close enough to the marker. So it will be a turnover on downs. Nolan Becker, though, continues and stacks on his day. He is my MVP for Rosholt. Showing a lot of really nice stuff today, having to be asked a lot with those pre-snap motions as well. The Royals, however, will take over. It's on their side of the field, specifically their 34-yard line. And here comes some changing of the guard. Wiley Cornwell exits. Looks like he's not going to get a lot of action here on the offensive side of the ball. A new back in there in the 4-point stance. And it's a handoff to him. Had one defender to beat, and then he was loose. It actually wasn't a new back, it was Camden Martin, but he was playing in a new spot. Usually lined up as that outside back. I believe that's the first time today we've seen him in that 4-point stance. Typically, Wiley Cornwell has been getting into that. Coming in on the play is John Minnerson, the freshman who hasn't taken any offensive snaps yet. And he's actually playing as the quarterback. Here on the handoff, another nice gain. And that time it was from Kalen Ott, the sophomore running back. So it looks like Braxton Steiner, the Assumption starting quarterback, his day is most likely done, as he is on the sideline now. Did very well today. Scored a rushing touchdown of his own, commanding this offense well, but now it's on to the freshman. The backup, Minnerson. with another handoff there. No, it's actually a keeper for Minnerson. And he'll get a first down. Being so young, first year of high school, hasn't even been to a high school class yet. Already taking snaps in a varsity scenario. Looking pretty poised as well. As we're on to the final 8 minutes of this ball game. Royals stomping it down the field on another drive. 1st and 10 at the Rosholt 40. Another inside run, barreling ahead. Still on his feet, are you kidding me? Into the red zone. A terrific carry. It looked like it was Martin. It was not. I believe his number might not be listed. But Martin is also out of the game, so the other lead back is on the sideline. Here's a pitch. Great blocks, but there's a flag thrown. Oh, flags all over the field. So even though he wanders into the end zone for a touchdown, this is going to be called back. Here's the call on the field from the head official. You can see there's 3 penalty markers on the ground. Two around the 20-yard line, 1 around the 10. But I think they might all be for the same thing. And sure enough, it's offensive holding. And you could see it before they even threw out the yellow. I first said it was a great block, but sometimes the best blocks can actually be deceiving because they might be illegal. As we're entering near the final 5 minutes of this ball game, the Royals have been dominant. As this penalty is going to back them up, but they don't lose it down, which is interesting why that happened with Rosholt. But it's not only those early game nerves for the players, it's also the early time nerves for the officials as well, and they learned through it all throughout the season. On 1st and 30, it is an inside run that goes nowhere. 2 yards on the carry as the freshman quarterback, Minnerson, is looking at Jeff Sullivan for this next play call. First year of 8-man football for the Assumption Royals. Starting it off in the best possible way that they could, to be quite frank. Very few mistakes so far. They had that one fumble earlier, but they got the ball back. Here's a pitch. Lead block. Cutting back. Oh, my goodness. Finding space. Touchdown, Royals. Kalen Ott making it look easy. That is the 4th different Royal to score a touchdown today. 3 from Martin. You had 1 from Cornwell, 1 from Steiner. Now you get 1 from one of the backup running backs, the sophomore Kalen Ott. And they're just going to attempt their second extra point of the game. Cornwell lines up for the kick. And he got it. First successful kick through the uprights this season for Wiley Cornwell. It would have been greedy and honestly a little unsportsmanlike to just try to go for 2 there and get the 50. Would it look nice? Sure. on the sheet perspective, but unnecessary at this point in the game, and that was good that they decided to try the kick. Plus, it gives Wiley Cornwell some extra experience there from place kicking. 49-0 is the score. Kickoff back to Rosholt. When we come back, you're watching Zaleski Sports, presented by Mid-State Technical College.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Welcome back, folks, to the final 4 minutes and 16 seconds of this Week 1 matchup between the Rosholt Hornets and the Assumption Royals, who are currently up 49-0. Couldn't ask for a better start to the 2026 campaign. Wiley Cornwell kicking off, who just made his first successful kicking points of the game, getting the last extra point, as that ball is taken out by the Rosholt returner around the 40-yard line. So some positive notes on the last offensive drive for the Hornets. They get it inside the opposing 40. That's nice, but you don't want to start the season with a shutout. The point of this drive isn't necessarily to try to make a comeback victory, because at this point, that might even be statistically impossible. I'm sure there's some leeway for that to be incorrect, but if they can get some semblance of points on the board, it's not a complete loss. That can be a moral victory, as some say in the sport. There are big believers against it. I think you got to take your positives and your wins from any spot that you can. It looks like Dylan DeLeet might stay as the starter for this game. As Rosholt lining up here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Here's an end around, a little bit of a bobbled football. Still a good gain out of it. There's a fallen defender. And look at this. To the 40. So through one play, they're already on Assumption's side of the field. That carry was from Ben Nellison, who we haven't seen much of this half. He was used as a hybrid back and receiver in the first 2 quarters. You saw Nelson early on that end around, had some clearance but bobbled the ball. Little shaky, but stayed alive. He also had a great block ahead of him that led him an extra 10 yards or so. That was fantastic. And there is the ball loose. Recovered by Rosholt. Another snap that wasn't necessarily off the money, but again, just some of those early nerves as Dimitri Hilgers lands back onto that football, and that's a good thing that he at least keeps this drive alive. Clock running under 2 minutes here. It's 2nd and 14, but if Rosholt can try to score some points or get in the end zone, it's a positive note to end this one off. Inside run, staying alive. Dimitri is thrown down near the 30-yard line. Really good stuff there from Dimitri Hilgers. And like I mentioned, folks, is it a 49-0 game? It is. But the season obviously isn't over for Rosholt. They still have the rest of their schedule to play out. And for a lot of teams, Week 1 can be some of the hardest games. You have the least amount of experience, least amount of conditioning, least amount of chemistry, obviously with any sport. But there's so much film to really scrutinize and really go through here. 3rd and 1, inside run, easy first down. Dimitri Hilgers on the carry once more, approaching the red zone as we're in the final 45 seconds of this game. So Rosholt, it looked like they called a timeout. They did not. Clock running as we approach the final 30 seconds. Let's see what they do here. 1st and 10 from the Assumption 22-yard line. Rolling out to his right. Delete, throwing. It is dropped. Couldn't tell if he caught it or not. They didn't signal, but the clock runs out, and there it is. The Assumption Royals take it 49-0. Stick around for the post-game show as we will discuss the Key Savings Bank post-game show as well as the Ridgetop Exteriors Player of the Game.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Also talk to the coach, that would be good. Before or after?
Welcome. 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 How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Hey, Camden, can I have you? Can I have you come? Quick interview? Okay. We're going to go right here. Right here, good spot? All right, I'm going to talk with you first, Jeff, and then you guys can come in. You guys can both be in the shot. That's fine. Just going to ask, just kind of outlook on the rest of the schedule after today's game. Then Camden, obviously, we're going to talk about your performance. Okay? All right. Jacob Sproul here with Zaleski Sports, interviewing the winning team, the Assumption Royals, after this triumphant 49-0 victory against the Rosholt Hornets. I'm here with Jeff Sullivan, Assumption's head coach. How are you feeling with this first game, really with this momentum entering into the head and the rest of the season, I should say?
Well, 49, that's a pretty good feel, so can't complain. Sure we'll get on Monday and watch film with the guys, and there'll be plenty of mistakes that we need to correct and things like that, but hey, we just talked about what it takes to be, one of the top teams in 8-man this year, and it was a good start. It was a good start for us. So proud of the guys, and we just got to remain humble and hungry and keep working and keep getting better, because there was plenty of mistakes out there to be had by everyone, and keep cleaning that up, and it'll be a fun year.
Sounds great. Thank you, Coach. And you had mentioned that run game that you guys have had and established these last 10 to 15 years. It continued into 2026. Camden Martin, give us your thoughts, brother. How was that game?
Feels great. running down the field up and down, so we couldn't stop it. So we kept on running upfield.
Do you have a favorite touchdown of your multiple today?
Probably that long 99 to the right.
That was sweet. All right, that's all here from today's broadcast from Zaleski Sports. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Great job today. What's that?
How many touchdowns?
3.
How many did?
Yep.